That's right, but it's knowing.
Images and words to create stuff.
Yeah.
Some people would say that this is that you are now taking possession of the great success which you've been due, but then other people perhaps would say that you've always been a great success, and the worldly success that's been given to you today doesn't make that much difference.
Yeah, and luckily you missed out the other people who might say something ruder. But I feel like I'd be probably much the same either way, which people might think is ingracious or whatever, but I'm not. I'd sort of like, it doesn't make much impression on me for some reason. I sort of like pleased if it does, pleased if it doesn't. I mean, I go home and paint pictures either way. I'm just hoping that success in other people's eyes, the worldly success, doesn't confuse issues or make things more complicated. Because I've always been aware that success in the worldly sense can complicate people's lives and make things less clear for them and add to their delusion. And I don't want to add to my delusion. I've got enough already.
The gallery today was very crowded. There were lots of people there. It was very busy. It was hot. You were in a...
I got a bit of perch juice on me.
Yeah.
Sure, lots of problems.
You were busy engaging with the clients that the gallery brought to you. Here where we're sitting today is in great contrast. It's quiet and calm, and the work is very different. Would you like to describe the difference in the two shows that you've...
Well, I suppose one of them is a gallery show for with the express purpose of introducing people to my work, and in a very public space. And this is a sort of very private public space where people have to find out what happens and make an appointment to come along. And the work in here is probably more of my sort of entertaining my own sense of humour. You know, finding things that I think are funny. But that doesn't mean that they're jokes. There's something like, someone said to me that they understood how I wrote, and it was that I wrote things down in my novels, wrote until I found it amusing, that line, worked it, and then moved on to the next one. And I suppose this works a little bit like that. But it's, there used to be this fellow, these are sort of like signposts, or what do you call signboards and sandwich boards. And you don't see people with sandwich boards so much these days. You have bits of cardboard with golf sale written on. But there used to be a fellow who used to be up in London who had a huge sandwich board on, which was sort of like, had an extension on the shoulders and went up. He used to walk around, and it was sort of like, it was advice on eating less onions and less
I remember
spicy.
too much. He was against eating protein.
Yeah, too much protein. Yeah. And I used to, you know, it was the same thing as when, even in the early 80s, we used to go to London and play gigs, and you'd go past rag and bone men with horse and cart still. And I don't know, I sort of like, probably this is my rag and bone man